Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you 6 techniques to come up with solutions of coding problems. So whether you're in a coding contest or you're taking part in a coding round of a company or you're in a face-to-face coding interview, you'll be given some coding problems to solve under time constraint. And there are certain techniques that will help you in finding the approach or the solution to your particular coding problem. And I've read these techniques long back on code forces and it has helped me, and I'm sure it'll help you as well, and I'm sharing it with you. So the step 0 that I've added myself is remember the 3 C's. So whenever you're solving something, and this is applicable to certain other areas of life as well. So whenever you're doing something in time constraint, let's say you're solving a coding problem under time constraint, you need to be cool, calm and collected. Thus the 3 C's. Okay, if you panic, if you get frustrated, if you become anxious, then you're just gonna lose time and your ability to solve the problem will become lower. So remember to keep a cool head, remember to be calm and think collectively. Once you keep a cool head, then you'll be able to find the correct approach of your problem. So after getting that out of the way, let's get to the list. So the first one is recollect. So when you solve a lot of coding problems, you see some similarity between a lot of problems. So you might look at a problem and you'll be like, oh, I solved a problem like this a week back or a month back or even a year back if your memory is good. So my point is all of the coding problems in the world cannot be 100% unique or different from each other. There is bound to be some similarity between two problems. For example, if there's a graph problem and there's another graph problem, then the idea of the solution might be similar. So try to recollect the problems that you've solved that are similar to that. For example, if you're given a graph problem, then think, have I solved a problem like that? And if I did, what is different about it? What did I do then? And what should I do differently? So try to recollect the problems that you have solved which are similar to this, and this is very helpful if you solve a lot of problems. So that's one great benefit of solving a lot of problems. So try to recollect the past problem, the past implementations and the past ideas, and that will help you if you've solved a lot of problems. The next technique is generalized. So what do I mean? So certain test cases are given to a coding problem, right? Every coding problem there are certain test cases given. So try to find the solutions in your own way to each test case. For example, for this test case you can find you can find the answer like this. For this test case you can find the answer like this, and then try to generalize, like how will I find for a general test case. So from specific you're going to general. Okay, so try to generalize and put all the test cases in one. So from each test case try to grab something, like there's this test case, there's this corner case, there's this test case. Work with a lot of test cases, and then finally from those test cases generalize a particular solution that will work for all of the test cases. Okay, so this is basically using test case to your advantage. Create test cases, create different test cases, and from that try to find one general idea, or I should say one general solution. Okay, so try to find one general solution. Okay, next is hypothesize, or let's say hypothesis. So you may know what hypothesis is, and basically what do I mean by hypothesis is do not look for proof, as in do not look for why it is working the way it's working. Just trust your intuition. There's a lot of time where you may not understand what is happening, but you'll get the answer. That's how it's supposed to be done, even though you may not know what the proof is, funny as it may be, but your intuition will be solving the problem for you. So just make it a hypothesis. Okay, don't look for proof, just try your intuition, try to solve the problem with your intuition. And again, this is very helpful if you have solved a lot of problems. It will develop your problem solving intuition. Okay, the fourth is be a part of the problem. Now this isn't a technique so much as it is a frame of mind. Okay, and like I said, frame of mind is very important for solving the problem, right? So whenever you're given a problem, you're given a certain story that Natsya is supposed to do this or this guy is supposed to do that. So actually be a part of that problem. So suppose the example, there's a problem where two people are playing a game, both of them are playing a win. So actually become a part of the problem, visualize that what will happen if two people actually play to win. So that will help you understand the test cases, one, and second, that will help you understand how to win the game, which is what the solution is, right? So be a part of the problem, enter that frame of mind where you're in the zone of the problem, and then try to visualize and try to solve the problem from the problem's perspective. Okay, and this is very helpful for game problems where two people are playing a game and both of them are playing to win. So when you actually become part of the problem, that will really help you in finding out the solution. So the next one is pick some algos. This is more or less like a trial and error, right? So suppose you find a problem which is on arrays and you're not really sure how to solve it, then you can think that what algorithm can I use? Can I use linear search or can I use binary search? So trial and error, think. I'm not saying implement all the algorithm. That will be a stupid thing to do, and that would not be feasible either. But think what algorithm will work, and after you've thought, after you've gotten that okay, this algorithm will work, then implement it. So pick some algorithms like for an array, whether sorting will work, whether binary search will work, whether this will work, whether that will work, whether divide and conquer will work. Think what algorithms you know. For example, if it's a math problem, what algorithm can be used? Think about it, give it some thought, and then whatever algorithm seems to fit to solve the problem, implement that. Okay? And the next one and the last one is something which I always used to miss before, and this is find a pattern. So a lot of times you'll find a pattern which you will not see because of the test cases given will be less, will be small. So what you can do is write the answers manually for a lot of test cases and then find a pattern. And like I said, if you or either by brute force, either by brute force, if you print the answer for a lot of test cases, then you'll see some pattern. And all you need to do to find the answer for bigger test cases, just repeat the pattern itself. Okay, so this is very important. I remember not being able to solve a lot of problems because I wasn't able to find a pattern. So test cases, print a lot of test cases, work with the test cases, get the answer either by brute force or with a pen and paper, and try to visualize a pattern, try to find a pattern. Once you can see that, okay, this pattern is being repeated after 10 times or this pattern is being repeated after 100 times, then you can just store that pattern and find the answer for any value for any number of test cases. Okay, so finding a pattern is again something that will help you in finding the solution to your coding problem. And remember, the problem is meant to be solved. The problem is given to be solved, right? So you will be able to solve the problem. Okay, have some positivity, keep a cool mind, try your approaches, try your thoughts, and you'll definitely get the problem because the problem is meant to be solved. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any doubts or anything to share, just put them in the comments. I'll be sure to reply. And I'll be making more videos about competitive programming, DSA, placement preparation, etc. So do subscribe to the channel. And again, thanks for watching.